In today's Behind the Window program, I will introduce you to our KD402 double head semi-automatic cutting machine. As you can see, the KD402 is a semi-automatic machine fully operated with hydro-pull control. The machine has two cutting heads. The saw blades mounted on the cutting heads are 400 millimeters in diameter. The unit we see on the left is the cutting head. This head is fixed and does not move on the x-axis. The head we see on the right, however, is manually moved by the operator according to the cutting dimension. The machine has a simple control panel. To briefly explain the buttons on the panel, here you can see a safety button. This button is used when it is necessary to stop the machine immediately. The black buttons here are used with both hands to start the cutting process. One is for clamping the material, and the other functions as the start/stop button. Now, I'd like to give you more details about the heads. Both heads can cut at angles between plus 45 degrees and minus 45 degrees. Here, by means of a spring, the head can be locked at fixed angles such as 15 degrees, 22.5 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 90 degrees. Of course, cutting at intermediate angles is also possible. In that case, this lever is used to lock the head firmly at the desired position. At this point, I'd like to invite our colleague, engineer Mr. Anil from the Technical Service Department, to demonstrate the head movements. Mr. Anil, could you please show us how the heads move? Hello, let's demonstrate the spring movement. First, at which angles can we move it? The head is manually adjusted. With the help of the spring here, yes, by pulling it, we lock the head at specific angles, and it remains in that position. At all full angle values within the 45 degrees range, the spring locks automatically. For example, if we want to cut at 32 degrees as an intermediate angle.
Hello, Mr. AI. We move the head manually. With the help of the spring here, yes, by pulling the spring, we can adjust it to certain angles, and it stays in that position. Yes, within the plus 45 degrees and minus 45 degrees range, all full angles are locked automatically. For example, for an intermediate angle such as 32 degrees, we can pull the lever here and lock it. Yes, once locked, there is no movement. By unlocking it again, we can set it to any desired angle. Thank you.
We pull the lever and lock it manually. Once locked, there is no movement. It's quite a simple mechanism. Thank you, Mr. Anil.
Gördüğünüz gibi 2.2 kilowatt gücünde bir tane bu kafada, bir tane de diğer kafada AC motor bulunmaktadır.
I will invite you again later during the cutting demonstration. The machine is equipped with two cutting motors. Each cutting head has one 2.2 kilowatts AC motor. The downward movement of the head is achieved through the hydro-pull system located at the back.
Kesme işlemini sağlamaktadır. Bu mekanizmaya ayrıca bizim geliştirdiğimiz patenti Yılmaz makineye ait olan
The purpose of the hydro-pull is to enable smooth cutting, especially with thick-walled aluminum profiles, by preventing the blade from plunging too abruptly into the material. Additionally, this system can be equipped with our specially developed, patented Yilmaz makinenin two-step cutting device.
Devam ederek kesme işleminin çok daha hızlı olmasını sağlamakta. Ben özellikle bu patentli aparatımızı mutlaka bu makineyi satın alan müşterilerimizin temin etmesini özellikle tavsiye ediyorum.
This optional device allows the head to move quickly until just above the profile height, and then continue the cut slowly, ensuring a much faster cutting process overall. I especially recommend that our customers who purchase this machine also obtained this patented device. As you can see, the machine is built with linear guides. This means that the head movement takes place entirely on these highly precise rails. Unlike many other companies that use pipe-type bearings, our machine uses linear car.
İstenilen ölçüde kafanın hareketi sağlanmaktadır. İsterse buradan manuel olarak bu şekilde de yapılmakta veya daha hızlı olarak bu şekilde de
The head movement is entirely manual. A switch is located here. By pressing it, the head can be moved to the desired position. This adjustment can also be done more quickly, manually. Once the required dimension is reached, it is confirmed on the display. After that, the head is locked pneumatically. As you can see, once locked, the head cannot be moved further. After the angle is set, cutting can be performed either at standard or intermediate angles. The machine also has the necessary clamps. On the long side, there are 2 horizontal clamps, on the short side, 1 horizontal clamp. And in addition, each head has 1 vertical clamp. Now, let me provide some information about the cutting capacities of the machine. The maximum cutting length is 3,460 millimeters, and the minimum cutting length is 530 millimeters. Regarding the maximum and minimum profile width and height, you can check the cutting diagram to learn more about the machine's capacity. That is my general explanation. Now, I'd like to invite engineer Mr. Anil once again to perform a demo cutting operation with this machine. Please go ahead, Mr. Anil.
After placing the profile we want to cut into the machine, we will set the desired cutting length. Then, after adjusting the angles of the heads, we will carry out the cutting process from the control panel. First of all, I need to make sure that the brake here is open. I set the machine to the dimension I want to cut. Here, I will make a 2,500 millimeters cut. I have made the fine adjustments. And then I locked the brake. Now, I will set the angles of the heads. For this, I pulled the lever and adjusted the first head to 45 degrees. Now I will do the same for the second head. After adjusting this one to 45 degrees as well, the profile is now ready for cutting from the control panel. From the panel, we can choose to cut with either single head or both heads. After making this selection, we close the clamps. Then, by pressing the start button and using the 2-hand safety buttons, we perform the cutting process. I placed the profile, closed the clamps, and checked everything. Since I will cut with 2 heads, I set the switch to position 2. I started the motors, pressed the start button, and used both safety buttons to complete the cut. The motors started running, and by keeping the safety buttons pressed, the cutting was carried out. Now I stop the motors. Once the motors stop, I can release the clamps. Yes, the motors have stopped. I open the clamps and remove the profile. This is how we prepare and complete the cutting process.
Evet, motorlarımı durduruyorum. Ve mengenelerimi açabilirim. Mengenelerim de motorlar durduktan sonra açacak. Evet, motorlar durdu. Mengenelerimi açtım.
Evet, Anıl Bey kesme işlemini gerçekleştirdi. Şöyle bir bakalım Anıl Bey isterseniz.
Yes, Mr. Anil has completed the cutting process. Let's take a look. Mr. Anil, if you don't mind, are there any burrs or roughness on the cutting surfaces?
Kesim işlemi gerçekleştirdiğini görüyoruz. Zaten piyasaya
We can see that a very clean and high-quality cut has been achieved. This is already a machine we have sold in large numbers on the market, and it is highly demanded by customers. As long as the blade quality is good, it is possible to obtain perfectly smooth cuts. That was our demonstration on this machine. Many thanks to Mr. Anil for the cutting demo. Now, I would like to move on to the next part of our program, the Q&A session, where I will answer your questions about the machine. Thank you again, Mr. Anil.